class this evening. I'm going to suggest you have a towel, like a hand towel or a small washcloth on hand for some padding, for some things we are going to do. Optional yoga mat, optional. And then I'm going to try and do as much of the class without props. We'll have this prop stuff closer to the end because I know not everyone has them. Oh, Sarah, I'm sorry. If you've got one of these bands, we'll use that later on in the class, so you might want to have that on standby. And if you have a band like this, that is also handy, so feel free to if you've got one, get it out, bring it along. Hello, hi, my mom is watching, everyone. Hi, Mom, welcome. So if you missed it, and you may want to have a chair, I don't think we're going to do the seated stretches today, although anyone may opt to do the seated version of the stretches. But you might want to have a chair on standby or a bar for one or two places where you might want to have something for some stability. So that's your list of items for today that we might use. A towel of some kind for a little padding for any bony bits. Optional yoga mat. If you have exercise bands, have them on standby for later in the class. And if you have a bar or a chair, go ahead and have that in the vicinity if you can. And some water, gotta stay hydrated. So, okay, we'll get started. Yes, so as always, respect your body, respect what your body can and cannot do in every given moment. Pay special attention to your alignment since I am not there to do it for you. Make sure you keep those kneecaps pointed over those toes. Use your rotators when we work in external rotation. And of course, if you have questions, comments, requests, go ahead and let me know. Also, if this makes you feel good out there, this has nothing to do with the safety stuff. Dan told me he'd participate, so hi Dan, if you're out there, hello. So we can be happy about Dan joining us. So we're gonna start, if you're comfortable getting on the floor on a yoga mat or a blanket or on a towel, we're gonna start on the floor today. If you are not comfortable on the floor, feel free to use a chair. That is absolutely always an option. So we're going to get started. We're going to take a moment and find our spots. And we're just going to lie down. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out. Close your eyes. Draw your attention into your body. Take a moment to notice how you are feeling right here, right now, in this moment today. If there's any part of you that feels tense, imagine warm oil dripping on that spot. Let the tension go. Let your body be heavy into the floor. Let your bones sink down. Notice if your shoulders are popped up towards the ceiling. See if you can drop them down towards the floor underneath you. Think about when I press on your shoulders to open you up across the chest. You're going to draw your knees up and leave your feet on the floor. And let your spine spread out nice and long. Go ahead and continue to lie on your back. Feel the back side of your body. Lift your up and you're gonna hug them to you for a moment. You can rock a little bit if you would like. And then with my hands on my knees, I'm gonna circle my knees, and you can see that I'm kind of doing a circling towards and away here. Change the direction. You're going to rest your feet on the floor and scoot your hips a little to the left. Drop your knees to the right. And just take a moment to relax in this position. Take a few nice deep breaths. Let everything be soft. Then feel your abdominals engaged to pull your legs back to the center from your belly. You're going to scoot your hips to the right, drop your knees to the left. Breathe. Let everything go. Let your muscles be soft. Feel your abdominals engaged to pull your legs back to the center, center your hips. We're going to do some gentle windshield wipers from side to side. Nice and easy. Getting the kinks worked out. Be as small as you need to be. You can do teeny tiny, soft, small windshield wipers. Be gentle with yourself. And if you want, you can gradually get bigger as you go. Come back to the center, bring your knees together, lift your feet off the floor. You're going to make a circle with the knees here, massaging around the sacrum. If anyone feels particularly tender against the floor, this is a great place to use your towel for a little extra padding. Change the direction. Come back to the center. You can hug a knee and stretch a leg out long. You also have the option to hug underneath the knee against the femur bone if your knee is a little tender. Breathe down into the extended leg. You have the option of circling your ankles a little bit if you would like. And change legs, hugging the knee or the thigh bone. Breathe down deep into your extended leg. Optional ankle circles here. Come back to the center, put both feet on the floor to start, just to check in. Take one ankle across the knee and take everything to one side. And then we're going to switch. And work your way out of this. We're going to roll to our side. We're going to do just a few little arm circles here. Now, if you have a blanket or a towel, you can put it under your head for some padding. I'm just going to go ahead and relax. You're going to reach your arm out. And then you're going to open across the chest. Breathe and curl those fingers in. And stretch past. And roll across to open the chest. And bring the hand back in. I'm going to do some arm circles. So I'm going to let this hand be heavy. And I'm going to make a big circle. I'm going to let my body turn and breathe as I open. And if you're doing this and you notice that there's a pop or a click, or a place where it feels like it gets stuck and it doesn't want to go, instead of pushing past it, I want you to stop and kind of wiggle out through through that shoulder. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And anytime you need to do that, just go ahead, stop and wiggle. Breathe as you go, take your time. Do these slowly. Now we're going to change directions with the arms. So we're going to circle the other way. Oh, here comes Lana. She's showing you proper stretching technique. And keep that circle going. Stop and wiggle anytime you need to. One more time. Good. And then use your hands to help you come up. We're going to go to the other side. We're going to do our arm circles on the other side. And then we're going to do a little seated work. And then we're going to move into our strengthening section. So once again, if you want, you can use a little padding under your head. Oh, hi, Lana. Hi. No, you got to come sit over here. Sit. There we go. Okay. So we're going to reach the hands forward and then draw the chest back and roll the chest open. And then bring the fingers in, bend the elbow. Do it again, take your time. One more. And now our arm circles. Take it slow, let your hand be heavy as much as it can, let it drag on the floor. If you find an obstruction, wiggle through that spot. Don't forget to breathe. Go ahead and do 2 more arm circles. And when you completed your 2 arm circles on that side, we're going to reverse them. We're going to go back the other way. Breathe. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle through any tight or clicky spots. Any places where it feels a little obstructed. Breathe as you circle the arm. Maybe one more. Remember, take it slow. Good. And when you are completed with that, you can come to sit up. We're going to move into, I think we're going to move straight into some exercises. So today we are focusing on exercises for turnout, for helping you with your turnout. And also, someone said, can you give exercises to strengthen your knees? The way that you strengthen your knees is you strengthen your thighs and you work on strengthening up the glutes, everything around the hips, because that's where a lot of our knee issues come from, is that we have insufficient strength up around the hips. So we're going to be doing some thigh strengthening, hip strengthening stuff. And I'm going to go through this exercise for those of you who haven't done it before. So I'll go through it briefly and then I'll turn on the music and we'll do it all together. But this one we'll be starting on our backs. I'm going to take you through a little exercise. We're going to find our abdominal engagement. And then I'm going to slide a foot out along the floor. floor. It's going to rest on the floor, but it's going to be pointed. And then I'm going to turn the leg out, turn it back to parallel. I'm going to do that several times. And then you can watch my foot here, yeah? It's going to go ball of the foot, flex, ball of the foot, point. We'll do a little series there. And then we're going to lift it to where the knee is the height of the other ankle. We're going to do the same thing, turning in and out. We're going to work an external rotation, working through the ball of the foot, articulating it. Then we'll do it at this level and finally pointing toward the ceiling. And this is to help us feel the isolation of the thigh bone in the socket, working with our rotation. It's going to help us with our foot articulations, and it's going to help us work the connection from our center through the toes, because we always want to be working from the center out, right? So go ahead and lie down. I'm going to turn on a little music for us. Let me check the comments. Okay. And we will get started all together. So lying on the floor, knees up toward the ceiling, feet on the floor. So we're going to lie down, and you're going to leave your head and shoulders on the floor. I want you to start by going to 100% core engagement. Squeeze it. Give it all you got. Now cut your effort in half by 50%. So we're in our 50% abdominal engagement. Now cut your effort in half again. So now I'm to my 25% engagement. Now relax completely. Now dial it back up to that 25, maybe 30% engagement. Take the tension out of your neck and shoulders. Put it in your center where you can use it. Slide your foot out along the floor. Point it at the end. Don't lose your abdominal connection. Turn the leg out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out, parallel. Go ball the foot, flex, ball foot, point. Ball foot, flex, ball foot, point. Ball foot, flex, ball foot, point. Ball foot, flex, ball foot, point. Lift the right knee to the height of the left ankle. Sorry, whichever leg is extended. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out. Keep it turned out. We're going to go ball of foot, flex, ball of foot, point. Ball of foot, flex, ball of foot, point. Ball of foot, flex, ball of foot, point. One more time. Ball of foot, flex, ball of foot, point. Turn to parallel. Lift the knees so both knees are at the exact same height. Check in with your center. Keep your long spine. Turn the leg out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. We go ball the foot, flex, ball the foot, point. Keep the back of your neck long. Ball the foot, flex, ball the foot, point. Ball the foot, flex, ball the foot, point. One more time. Ball the foot, flex, ball the foot, point. Lift those toes so they're pointing straight at the ceiling. Let the femur drop into the floor underneath your hip. You don't want to be up, you want to be dropped there. Turn the leg out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out, keep it turned out. Ball foot, flex. Ball foot, point. 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 Turn to parallel. While you're catching your breath, I'll mention that we are still using music from this awesome Swedish DJ, Ikson, who's given permission to people to use his music. So you can follow him on SoundCloud. I've been posting the link everywhere. So let's get ready to go to the other side. So starting out, lying on your back, knees up toward the ceiling, feet on the floor. Keep your neck long, the back of your neck long, so make sure you're not tipped with the chin up. Keep the back of the neck long. Keep the shoulders on the floor, the head on the floor, the sacrum on the floor. Squeeze 100%. Squeeze. Give it all you got. Now cut your core engagement in half, so we're at 50% abdominal engagement. Cut it in half again, so we're at 25%. And relax completely. Now go back up to the 25, maybe 30% abdominal engagement. Make sure you're not holding tension in your neck and shoulders. Slide the other leg down along the floor. Point the foot at the end. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out. Parallel. We're going to go ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. One more time. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. Lift that knee up to the height of the other ankle. Turn the leg out. And parallel. Isolate that hip in the socket. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out. Keep it turned out. Ball the foot. Flex. Reach out the heel. Ball the foot. Point. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. One more time. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball foot, point. Turn to parallel. Lift that leg up so the knees are at the exact same height. Check in with your center. Relax your neck and shoulders. Turn the leg out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. One more time. Turn it out and parallel. We go. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. 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 Lift those toes that are pointing toward the ceiling. Drop the head of that thigh bone into the floor underneath your posterior. Turn the leg out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. Turn it out and parallel. One more time. Turn it out. Keep it turned out. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. One more time. Ball the foot. Flex. Ball the foot. Point. Turn to parallel. Lower. Using your abdominals. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use the abdominals to reel the leg in. Breathe and gently work it out. Loosen up whatever tight parts you have. It is a burner, yeah. Okay, good. That's like my whole goal today is to make sure that we are getting you guys a good workout. I know some of our ballet students are a little afraid of losing strength. So take a little moment, get a little drink. The next thing we're going to do is totally appropriate for everyone, but it is hard. And it's going to be the exercise we did with Christina while she was here. It's going to involve moving very slowly. Now, if you would like to have a chair or a bar, something to stabilize you, that might be a good idea. And you can just have it next to you or in front of you. We're going to do a round of this in parallel, and we're going to do a round slightly turned out, which is optional, right? So you could do both rounds in parallel if you want. But that, if you're in parallel, regardless of whether you're in parallel or turned out, you want to avoid this knock-knee situation where I'm caving in on the inside of the knee. I want to make sure that as I'm doing this, my kneecap's lining up with my toes. And it's okay for my knee to pass my toes. When we're at the gym and we're load bearing, we don't want to do that. We want to keep the knees back. We're not load bearing right now, so it's okay if your knee passes your toes, as long as we're not caving in and going into some kind of, I don't want to do it on one foot, so I'm keeping one foot on the floor. But if you imagine I was standing on just this leg, I really don't want to do that. Likewise, when I'm doing it in a turned out position, same thing. I want to make sure that I go there and that I'm not having some kind of scenario like this where I'm trashing out the inside of my knee. So the way this is going to work, I'll explain it and then we will do it together. We are going to work the whole time on the flat, and we're going to take a full 8 counts. I'm going to stand on one leg. I'm going to go down slowly. I'm going to count it out. We're going to take all 8 counts. Continuous, very slow motion to get down. Continuous, very slow motion to come back up, right? And we're going to do a series on the right and then a series on the left. Optional turn out on the right, optional turn out on the left. This whole thing is predicated on the idea that you don't stop moving. So you have to move very slowly. It's a toughie, but it's going to be worth it. So just keep your knees in the proper alignment. Let me check my messages. Oh, good. All right. So, get ready. I'm going to start on my right leg. You can do whatever you want. I'm starting in parallel. I'm going to look down and make sure, confirm with my eyes that my kneecap and toes are lined up, because sometimes we'll look down and we'll be surprised that what we feel is not what we see, right? So my left foot is going to be off the floor. Here we go. Take a little breath. Okay, yeah, it's a intense one. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna do that one more time. I'm gonna use the same song so I keep the same speed. Yeah, that one's really intense. So if you only make it to 4, or if you only do 5, that's fine, right? It's more important to hold your form. We will have many opportunities to practice this over the coming weeks together. Let me check and see. I'm having to use a lot of the bar for strength. Yeah, and I will also say that when you feel like you're starting to lose strength, one thing to check in with, make sure you check in with those buns and that you use them in a moment of weakness. In a moment of weakness, use your posterior. I feel like there's a life lesson in that somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly how to extract it yet. So we're going to do the other side. Remember, if you need to, I'm going to try and go to 8, but if you need to do 4 or 6, that's fine. No one's watching. I mean, all of you are watching me, but no one's watching you at home other than the cat. So there's no shame here. And when you're in class with me, I really work to try and keep you from letting your competitive inner nature, those of you who have them, get the better of you. I'm not there in the room to do that for you now, so know when to take a little break, okay? Let's try the other side. Same thing. It's a real intense one. If you feel any trickiness in your knee, or you feel like you're particularly weak at a certain point, check in with your gluteals. Make sure you're using your glutes on this, yeah? So now I'm standing on the other leg. I'm going to check to make sure my kneecap and toes. I'm going to look down whenever I need to do that. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep moving. 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continuous motion all the way down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slow, continuous motion all the way up. And 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Straighten. 8. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Straighten. 8. Again, if you've got it. If not, take a break. 6, 7, 8. Coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo! 2 more if you have it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slow and continuous motion. Here we go. Up. 6, 7, 8. 1 more. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake it out. Woo! Okay, great. We're going to come back to a turned out version. What competitive nature? Surely Jessica doesn't know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. We're going to do a little rotators exercise. If anyone wants to opt out of it, you can decide to do a little stretching right now. You can take a little break, because that last one we did was a real killer. So, for our rotators on this exercise, you may want your towel for a little padding for your pubic bone. All right. So, what I'm going to do here from this position is I'm going to, some of you are familiar with going into, you can be in this position or you can leave your chin on the floor, it's up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my knees and then I'm going to turn out. So effectively, I'm bringing my heels together and finning my toes out from one another like this. So I'm in a bent knee, turned out position, my knees slightly to either side. And here I'm going to try and pulse and lift my feet toward the ceiling. We're going to go for a set of 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Relax and release. Breathe. We're going to do 2 more sets of 10. These are great exercises for the rotators, so if you are not a ballet person and you want to skip these, you can. So once again, knees out, heels together, toes apart, lifting those feet toward the ceiling. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn it in and relax. Shake it out. Okay. And we have 1 more set. Here we go. Knees out, heels together, toes apart, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Great. Okay, take a moment to stretch out any of the parts that feel tight. Okay, so, do you think we have a round in us of that slow 8 down, slow 8 up in either parallel or a small turned out position? Can we do one more round? Do we think we have it in us? I'm waiting for comments. Ah, yes, Carol's like, let's do it. Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna pick a different song. So once again, we want that kneecap lined up with the toes. So if you want, you can work in a really, I don't want you in your biggest turnout. I want you in the turnout you can hold. So maybe that's just 45 degrees, I don't know. But just make it small. Let's keep the turnout humble, people, right? Baroque style, Baroque era, the OG turnout, yeah? So remember, pay attention to that. No twisting here. Gotta keep your alignment. If you prefer to do this in parallel, go ahead. If you need to only do 4 this round, that's fine, yeah? I want you to be able to walk tomorrow, right? I mean, where you're gonna go, but still I want you to be able to walk. 5, 6, 7, here we go, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep it slow, 7, strong 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, coming up, 1, abdominals. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo. We gotta change legs because I don't think I can do all the way to 8 on that side. If I can't do all the way to 8 on that side, I'm guessing some of you are gonna have some trouble on that. So let's switch legs. Remember, baby turn out, knee tracking over the toes. I think that was 6. Let's try for 6 on this side. Take a moment. Here we go, all together. And down slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, lower, 8, and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And continuous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. Shake it out. Release. Breathe. Cry. Whatever you need to do. Whew. Okay. Great. Take a little breath. Drink some water. All right. Yeah, I think me too. Yeah, the frog thing is going to be and I see in the chat, the frog thing is going to be a bit of a butt killer because rotators sitting underneath your gluteus, and we're targeting those, so. All right. We're going to do a few of Travis's dead bugs to check in with our core engagement and to give our thighs a rest. Then we're going to do some elevates. Yeah, I got all kinds of fun planned. We'll see. Let's do a few more exercises, and then I think we should move into the stretching section. Otherwise, we might be in a pickle for ballet class tomorrow. All right, so just a moment. Let me get arranged here. Okay, so it's back to the yoga mat or the towel or the blanket. And if you've been in class with Travis before, you are familiar with this exercise. So I'm going to go into the proverbial dead bug position. I'm going to keep my abdominals strong here. So I'm aiming to kind of put my low back on the floor a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten the leg and extend the opposite arm. And then come back. And then I'm going to change sides. some of us, we gotta keep this teeny tiny. That's okay. This should be our 7th set. 2 more each side. Oh no, I lied. 3 more each side. So here's 2. 1 more each side. Good. Lift the legs up, give them a shake. Get the fluid out of those lower legs. Feel free to do a few more windshield wipers. We're going to do some calf raises, also known as elevés in ballet. And you can do these in parallel or in first, but what I want you to watch out for, as all my students know, is you don't want to roll to the outside as you go up, which is a very common, that's sort of what your anatomy wants to do naturally, but it's not a great way to work for an extended period of time. So we want straight ankles. We don't want to be rolling to the outsides, right? Or too much to the insides, it's not good either. So if you've been in class with me, you know how to find your straight ankle. You can do this in parallel or turn out, as long as you're not twisting. Don't turn out by twisting your knee or your ankle. Turn out from the tops of your thighs. Keep that, use your rotators like I've taught you, all right? So let's go ahead and do 15 two-footed. I need to initial. Let's do 10, and I want to see if we can do some one-legged ones. So 10, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now optional on 1 foot, or another set on 2 feet, up to you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 feet in a small first or in parallel, your choice. 10 again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to parallel. Optional 1 foot or 2 feet, your choice. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 feet in parallel or in turnout, your choice. Take a moment to breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out. Now for this next one, you can use a chair, you can use the wall, you can use a bar, or if you don't need anything, then you don't have to use anything, right? So you may be familiar with these from Travis's class. So if you're lucky enough to take class with our Dr. Travis Mason. So for this one, you can keep your hand on the bar or on the back of a piece of furniture or on the wall, like I said. Or if you don't need it, great. What's going to happen is I'm lifting these toes off. I'm going to reach down and I'm going to touch the floor and I'm going to come back up. Now if I can, I'll reach to try and touch my own toes, right? So I'm just going to go slowly down and slowly up. And we'll aim for 6 to 10 on one side, and then we'll change and we'll do the other leg as the standing leg. So here we go, starting in parallel. Take your time, down, see if you can touch the floor or touch your toe, and slowly come back up. And again, reach down towards the floor or to touch your toe or touch your knee. That would be fine too. If you feel your standing leg working a lot, that's great. That means you're doing the job, right? So 3, I'm going to change my direction direction so you can see me from the side. And 4, whoop, don't hit my head on the bar. Good thing I'm short, very handy in this moment. And here we go for 5. Whoop, almost lost my balance there. And 6. Good, now you might need to stop here. If you have 4 more in you, you can go for it. Heck, if you got 2 more in you, you can go for it. All right, surprisingly a lot of work on that upper thigh, which is exactly what we want to stabilize us. Strong standing legs. Now you know what we're asking for in ballet class when we say, move your standing leg, work your standing leg. Woo. I think there's 1 more to make 10. Good. All right. Shake it out. Take a moment to breathe because we're going to go to the other side. All right. Great. Okay. So rearrange yourself, rearrange your furniture or your bar, what have you. We're going to stand on the other leg and reaching down, see if you can touch your knee or your toes or the floor, and then slowly coming back up. And down. This is really great for building balance. You can feel how much work your standing leg needs to do to stabilize you. That's why Travis puts it in his class. Oh, there's a little ant in the studio. Hello, little ant. Breathe. Take your time going down. No shame if you need to touch the wall or touch the bar. I can't tell if that was 3 or 4. Let's assume it was 4. This is 5. We'll see how we feel when we get to the end. And I'm really bad about losing count sometimes. So that makes this 6. And if you know I'm wrong, then you can do the right thing at home. And 7. Some of you may need to take a break. Some of you are good to keep going to 8 or 10. So here, we're going to assume this is 8. And 9. And 1 more. We're going to go to 10. Okay. Whew. I don't know about you, but I feel that one. Okay. We're going to move into our stretching section now. So, we didn't even get through all the exercises I had planned, which is great. It means there's more for next week. There will be things you haven't done. All right, so we're going to go into a butterfly stretch, and we're going to move around in the butterfly stretch a little bit, getting things unstuck. Breathe. Those of you who made it all the way through to this point in class, congratulations, because that was not easy. And those of you who had to stop and take a break, if you're still watching, thank you. Still love having you with us. We're going to fold a leg over, take the top leg back. I'm going to rock the pelvis back and forth. So don't make it all about the shoulders. Roll the pelvis back and forth here. Working out the kinks in the hip socket, resetting the hip. Breathe. And bring the leg in. Open, close, hip rock here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put one leg kind of in front of the other. If you're really tight, you can sit on top of a folded blanket or towel to lift your posterior a bit. That will help with you building your flexibility. So I'm going to slowly use my hands to walk me forward. Breathe. And drop the crown of your head. Let the back of your neck stretch long. Don't worry about looking up at the screen. I will tell you when it's time to come up. What you can do is in this position, if you'd like, you can roll a little bit from side to side, from right to left, dipping your shoulders, taking turns towards the floor. And then to come back up, you're going to use your hands to walk yourself back upright. And we're going to change which leg is in front. And we're going to be walking our way back down again on this side. Breathe. Maybe gently shake your head no to release your neck and release your spine. And use your hands to walk you back up. I'm going to take a side bend to one side. And then I'm going to go to the other side. Now this next stretch works best if you can slide your foot along the floor. So if you can take your foot off the yoga mat, usually that's better. I'm going to grab my foot and then I'm going to slowly slide my legs straight from a very deeply bent position. And if I find a point where, say I get right here and I feel a real intense stretch, it's fine, you can stay there. You don't have to push past it, take your time. In fact, I encourage you to take a moment anywhere where you feel the stretch, to just breathe, indulge in that, and then you can work your foot out further, you can work your legs straighter. And then we're going to change sides. I'm going to hold on to my foot. I'm going to start with a nice real deep bend in the knee. And I'm going to slowly slide it out. And I'm going to stop wherever it's appropriate for me to stop. And stretch. Breathe. Open up the back part of the leg. Good. I'm going to work out of that. I'm going to have you lie down on your back, and you're going to bring your right calf in front of your left knee. Reach through the hole in your legs and draw the thigh to you. Breathe down deep. And we're going to change sides. And I'm going to switch. I'm going to hug my, what I'm doing is I'm hugging my right knee towards me and stretching my left leg long. And then I'm going to release my knee a little bit. I'm going to take it across my body. I'm going to spiral. And come back to the center, other leg. Take it across. Jeff, if you're still listening as our moderator, you can drop our other links. And work your way out of this. We're going to want to do a little more calf and thigh stretching. So if you can do a downward dog, I recommend that. And I recommend bending and straightening a little bit through the knees to work out the tightness. You can do, do one knee at a time, or you can bend and straighten both knees at the same time. want to, you can walk your feet in for a forward fold. Either way, you're going to work your way safely out. You're going to use your bar or your chair to do a little quad stretch now. And here, if you don't feel anything, open up the front of the hip socket, kind of push it forward to open it up, and that should change it if you didn't feel anything in your quad before. Then we're going to go to the other side. Same story here. I'm going to, I'm so glad, yay, I'm so glad to have you back in my week too. All right, we're gonna do a little groove to wrap it up, so I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit. Just take a minute to dance around a little bit. So to wrap up today, I'm going to invite you to sit or lie down, your choice. Take a nice deep breath in, let it out, and close your eyes. And just take a moment, eyes closed, breathe, and take a moment to scan through your body with your mind. Notice how your body feels right here, right now, in this moment. Compare how you feel now to how you felt at the beginning of class. Notice what might feel different. When you're ready, open your eyes.